Now, just because it's a steady and relentless inferno outside in Las Vegas this time of year, that doesn't mean we can't enjoy the pleasures of outdoor dining. We simply need to be more precise in how we go about it. So today on CityCast Las Vegas, hometown chef and food journalist Lorraine Blanco-Moss describes some stellar options you'll want to share with your friends and sometimes even their dogs to enjoy a dish, a drink, and maybe a sweet view from the best patios in the city. It's Thursday, July 13th. I'm Dayvid Figler, and here's what Las Vegas is talking about. Lorraine Blanco-Moss, welcome back to CityCast Las Vegas.
Thanks for having me, David. I'm excited. I love talking about food.
Yeah, well, food is our jam today. A lot of Las Vegas restaurants have been opting to put patios on. I guess there's a big demand. What are your must-haves for an excellent patio dining area in Las Vegas, Lorraine?
You have to have a view, which is a little bit of a challenge here in Las Vegas or in the Valley because, we don't have an ocean. We don't have, like rivers and streams.
No, but we have fountains and,
right.
Fake lakes, I think.
We have to make them up. Yeah. I don't mind some of those fake lakes we have. I like to have foliage. And so that sometimes is a challenge in Las Vegas, but there are some places that are doing a great job with that. The vibe has to be chill. Like there's got to be a feeling where, whenever you're on a patio, you just want to be, content. It's kind of either a happy hour or it's a brunch or it's romance or it's a great friend. So it's got to be a place that has that happy, energetic vibe. And also, a bonus for me, because I'm a huge dog lover, it's kind of nice too when they allow pets. So that's the bonus.
Yeah. And Lorraine, you mentioned, seeing the beautiful lush plants and stuff and how we have, a challenge with that because water, of course, in the valley. But a lot of the patios do try to do like a mister situation. Are misters a must or is that an option?
Misters are not a must, but they are a bonus feature. I'm actually so warm because we did that weird heat snap that we had that I'm considering misters for my own house. Ooh. So it is a bonus, but it's not a requirement. In the afternoons, shade might be though.
Yeah. No, I think shade is definitely a must-have on some level, especially if they're like south-facing or, if they got to time it right with the sun. So, hey, let's just jump into summer dining on patios. It is just about peak summer, although I just have this feeling it's just going to be the worst ever because we were so lucky for me in June. Are there patio dining spots you recommend that people can enjoy during the daylight hours?
Okay, I'm so excited about telling this one, sharing it. Basilico Ristorante Italiano.
That's a mouthful.
It's kind of new. It's off the 215 in Buffalo, right off the freeway. So you can pretty much go there anywhere in the valley because it's right in the middle of everything. They have the most stunning covered patio. It's gorgeous. It has the backdrop of palm trees. Fire at night, in the day, fountains. The best thing about this place, besides the patio and the indoor-outdoor bar that they have, is the food is sensational. It's Italian. The chef is brilliant. I had a sea bass lately there, a bronzino with squash blossoms. It was a religious experience.
Okay.
The finale was a Parmigiano gelato with a lemon ginger pound cake, and they do it at the table. And at first I was thinking, Parmigiano gelato, like what could that possibly taste like?
Yes.
It's kind of like an ice cream cheesecake. The only complaint I would have, and this is like a complaint I never have with dessert, is that I honestly wanted a little bit more. But you have to try it because it's one of those experiences where you're thinking, what does cheese and ice cream taste like? It tastes freaking amazing.
And I guess that brings up a point that should be assumed in our conversation when we're talking about must-haves at patio. It's not just putting up a cool patio. It's also bringing the food, making sure that
Yes.
food is excellent. So I'm assuming all the spots you're picking are also really good food, but that does
Yes.
sound delicious over there. Basilico.
Basilico.
All right.
If you want to go super upscale and just do the bougiest kind of brunch or bougie patio scene, you got to go Spago. So obviously, as locals, you have to drive to the strip, you have to deal with the tourists, all the things that come with being on the strip. But if you want that super upscale Wolfgang Puck, Frenchy, beautiful plating, Bellagio fountains feel. Spago's my favorite when it comes to the strip. You really can't beat that view. It is pricey,
And
but I
where
feel
is
like it's
Spago
worth it.
now?
It's literally like Bellagio fountains right there, right
Got
in
it.
front of them. So it's an amazing view. It's OG. An OG thing about the menu is they still have that smoked salmon pizza, which Puck has had at all of his locations forever. I get that because I'm a little bit of like a purist when it comes to OG restaurants.
Yeah.
I also like the fact that they have these super delicious oysters. If you get a half dozen there, they'll give you 3 East Coasts and 3 West Coasts.
Always fun, big and little.
Yeah, it's different, big and little, different kind of brininess. It comes with a pink peppercorn apple mignonette, which is just a great balance to the salty, the brininess of the oysters.
Yeah, Wolfgang Puck, as many people probably realize, was the first sort of named celebrity chef to kind of bust it out here in Las Vegas. And he was originally in the Forum Shops over at Caesar's Palace. And what they did there was a very, I'll call it clever twist on patio, because they made a pretend patio because it's all inside and they had, the sky that changed with clouds and things like that. So it gave you that patio feel while you were still indoors, which was really interesting. And then as far as the Bellagio fountains, I can't imagine what it's like being right on there. There used to be a place that was out there a long, long time ago. I forget the name of it. For my Bellagio Phil outdoor patio, I think it's still Mon Ami Gabi right across the way at the Paris.
I love that you mentioned that because Mon Ami Gabi is still one of my favorites.
Right?
The first time I moved to Las Vegas was 2003, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And that was the place to be for a patio setting. That was pretty much one of the only ones at the time that was, viable, not crazy expensive. They're super old school menu. I love their onion soup there.
Yeah.
It's not to be missed. It has very nice Gruyere crust, and that's how I judge onion soups. Also, the people watching there is maybe the best on the strip because it's right there.
Yeah, and when you said, the scenery, my mind didn't go to fake lakes. They didn't go to beautiful greenery. It went to, the people. Right. But one last place, maybe another off strip, daytime patio eating.
Okay. So dog lovers, Lazy Dog. It's just one of those places where you can bring your dog. It's fully covered. It's in Summerlin. The menu is solid. It's not surprising because it's a cafe, it's like a restaurant and bar cafe. And there's a dog menu.
Yes, there is.
So if you really love your dog, you can get chicken or beef for your dog with rice or vegetables. I think it's just kind of fun that I'm ordering off a dog menu.
Yeah.
My dogs are super happy there. They love that porch.
And the dog will have the rice and chicken with a little bit of, if you've got some pig ear, throw that in. My dog loves it. And you know what the best part is the wait staff there are all so great with dogs.
Yes.
They get all different kinds of dogs with different kinds of personalities, different sort of anxiety. They're awesome there.
Hey Las Vegas, Vogue here. On this podcast, we work hard to bring you the most important and entertaining conversations happening around our city. But that's not all we do. We also have a daily newsletter that brings you so much more. Our free daily newsletter, Hey Las Vegas, is written and curated by Scott Dickensheets. You may have heard him behind the mic a couple times. The Hey Las Vegas newsletter is your daily toolkit for being a more informed and engaged citizen of Vegas. It's packed with recommendations, tips, and secrets for seizing everything that Las Vegas has to offer. You can subscribe to Hey Las Vegas at lasvegas.citycast.fm/newsletter.
All right, so that's daytime, although I think Lazy Dog goes into the dusk. But are there any specific nighttime spots you want to talk about? Let's talk about patio dining spots that are probably better after dark, don't have that sun issue.
So my new favorite bougie spot on the Strip is Ocean Prime for the patio. That patio is brilliant. It's at the corner of the Boulevard in Harmon. So it's like nice central location on the Strip. Has a brilliant view of the Strip. It gives you that feeling, that you're new again and that you haven't been in Las Vegas for 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And you think, I can't believe I live here. I live here where people play and they come to vacation and they have their crazy weekends, but I get to live here. Ocean Prime is just a surf and turf restaurant, steak, seafood. I'm a huge person about not fighting the place. So when you go to Ocean Prime, you eat a steak, you eat something from the ocean.
But whenever I hear the word prime, I always think price.
It's expensive.
Okay.
It's expensive. This is a date night, a fancy, romantic anniversary kind of date night, or you just, want to be a big spender for a weekend. You want to impress some relatives or friends that are coming into town. That's usually why we go to the Strip, right? Because some people are coming into town. It's not normally on a regular night for us.
Or super special occasion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have a Wagyu strip loin there that is I've been twice now for dinner and I've had it twice and it was perfectly cooked both times, which is a big deal for me. Temperature was exactly medium rare. The second time I ordered rare plus, which is annoying as a cook to hear that, but it's basically rare with a tiny bit more. It's not quite bleeding, but it's that perfect temperature and they nailed it. Also had the halibut there a few times. And my husband is a huge halibut fan, very picky about halibut, fished in Alaska and ate halibut on the boat in Alaska and never likes halibut anywhere and loved it there.
Wow.
So you will spend the money, but it's a very impressive night and a very beautiful patio view.
I've been seeing people doing their Instagram posting. It looks very impressive. I was trying to make it out, though. Is it the Aria that it's part of?
It's a little... The only downside of Ocean Prime is actually finding it. So once you find it, you're good. But it's on that walkway. It's like a walkway in between Aria and Cosmopolitan.
Oh, so like on the way to Crystals, the mall, if you were coming
Yes.
on the Cosmo side.
My trick is to go and actually park at Cosmo because you can just go up the escalator
Best parking.
at Cosmo and then just come out. That's the way to do it. Also at night, if you're going off the Strip and you live in Summerlin, Ada's. I love Ada's patio.
Oh, yeah. That's one of our favorites.
Yeah, it's getting a bit warm right now to be there in the afternoon. So after the sun is a lot better. I love it because their som there is amazing. Kat always brings these unusual wines in. They're at a very good price. You can buy them after you drink them on the patio and bring them home for like a souvenir or to continue the party. The food is so good. Their chef there has a brand new crudo. It's red snapper crudo with mangoes and ají amarillo. Ají amarillo is one of my favorite sauces. It's a spicy yellow Peruvian sauce. The fish is super fresh and I order it every single time I'm there.
Yeah, they have the comfy cushion couch seating out on the patio as well as traditional table seating. And it is a definite people watch because people are all cruising around there through Tivoli Village where it's located. And for people who don't know, it is billed as a wine bar, but it is part of the ever-growing James Trees empire. And you may know James Trees from Esther's Kitchen and other spots around town.
Yes, and he has another restaurant right in there, Al Solito Posto, which is another favorite place of mine for Italian food. Has a great patio as well. That's a bit more upscale than Ada's. It's a little less chill, but I would still say that it's a great patio. It's a different area in Tivoli Village, and it's a brilliant patio.
Let's move on to favorite bar patios that we might want to shout out a little bit that are, more on the bar side than the food side.
Okay, so I have to say, and this is bar and food, I have a sleeper pick for this. It's called Azzurra Cucina Italiana. It's one of the brand new restaurants in downtown Henderson.
Oh, Henderson love. I love Henderson love. Oh, great.
It didn't used to be a place that had the food that you wanted. I used to live over there and I loved Henderson, but it's become kind of a dining spot all over the city of Henderson. But Azzurra Cucina has this brilliant female chef named Alessandra. She studied North Coast Italy, so coastal Italian type food. The food is so good, and that patio is adorable. It has one of those indoor-outdoor bar situations. Now, it is very cozy and quaint, the restaurant and the bar. So getting seating is a bit of a challenge. You might want to go in those hours that are not as, busy, like not the 6 and 7 o'clock hours, because that restaurant is always packed. People in Henderson have kind of figured out that this is the place to go. The food is made with so much love, so much care, and it just has this vibe, going back to vibes, that's so coastal. There's oceanic blues in there. The bar is so close to the kitchen. The bartenders are so friendly. My favorite drink there is a cucumber martini. I am a huge martini fan. It's stronger. It's less sweet generally. And I always like a cocktail that has a little bit of a savory feel to it. So herbs or vegetables or something like that, as opposed to like super sugary.
Yeah.
And they're great at that there. That's my sleeper pick.
I'm in that same palette. If you've got an anchovy in your cocktail, I want that, right?
Do it.
Right? If there's garlic oil somehow mixed in or basil all day long. Yeah.
Rosemary.
Right?
Any of it. I like gin because I like the juniper, like
the
berry
botanical.
taste. Yes, absolutely. Another one for a patio bar, and this brings you to the other side of town opposite. It would be Summerlin. I love North Italia for their bar. So it's one of those walls that completely opens, the whole entire wall is open to the patio. It's an indoor-outdoor bar, so you can sit on the indoors in the restaurant or you can sit on the outdoors. And it's a very large patio. It's all covered, so you could do it day or night. And there's a deal there. That's just one of those things that you can't believe it's still happening now. But they have a bottle and board for happy hour. It is $34. So you get a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And you get a full bottle of red or white wine. It's just featured, so it just depends. Sometimes it's a Sauvignon Blanc, sometimes it's a Chardonnay. And for $34, you can sit there and catch up with friends. You can have a cute little inexpensive date night and be in that indoor-outdoor patio setting.
Sounds fun. Now, where in Summerlin is that?
That would be Boca Park area.
Okay.
So right off Charleston.
Lorraine, you're a chef, you're a writer, you're a commentator, you love food. If you have a magic wand and you could design the Las Vegas patio dining experience of your dreams, no technology out of reach, you could come up with whatever you want, no innovation that cannot be created for you. What does this patio look like?
I mean, I'm one of those people that does get still a little misty-eyed about the Strip. So I do like that Bellagio fountains view. I love it. They have to be going, obviously. So it would have to be like a Bellagio fountains view, or what would be like a Bellagio fountains. Maybe we bring something like that in a smaller scale to like downtown. It might not work in downtown. Let's say Henderson or Summerlin, or that, developing 215 Durango area.
All right, wait. I'm going to give you a hologram that you could establish that looks just like the real thing, very MSG sphere level hologram. And so you've got your Bellagio fountains. What else is on that patio?
At night, fire. I like to have some entertainment. So I would love somebody on a real guitar playing that kind of like chill type music at night with the little fountains in the background, whether they're real or they're hologrammed.
It all sounds like pure bliss. And, people don't realize we can be out here in the desert, but also eat outside if it's done right. And I think we've hit some really good highlights of good outdoor patio dining. So Lorraine Blanco-Moss, thank you so much for joining us on CityCast Las Vegas.
Absolutely. It was so much fun. And let's go to the patio. Let's have a drink and eat outside.
I'm there. And now a little news. The tourist who was caught on video hopping butt naked atop a Harrah's poker table this week after allegedly assaulting a one-legged man has an answer to the barrage of stories that keep coming. The man's family insists his drink was unknowingly drugged before the incident. He was in town for a bachelor party. The person who chose to drug my husband is the true criminal, his wife says. Meanwhile, according to a water official, Southern Nevada has used a whopping 25% less water so far this year than in similar periods in years going back to 2020. Why? The abnormally wet weather this year is a major factor. But the hot, dry conditions expected through September, well, they may very well shrink those savings. And that's all for today here on CityCast Las Vegas. If you enjoyed the show, take your friend to one of those patios we recommended and tell them who sent you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our morning newsletter, Hey Las Vegas. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Take care.
I never know if I'm saying that
Tivoli?
right. Tivoli?
Tivoli? Tivoli?
However
That's our
you say
outtake
it.
right there.
It's
I say Tivoli,
beautiful.
but I could be wrong. Right.